Let's bake the fluffiest milk bread, which will be the best bread for breakfast. I'm Violet. Let's do this. First, let's make the starter dough for our bread. Start by pouring 200 grams of warm milk into a deep bowl. Add 1 teaspoon of sugar to the milk and crumble 20 grams of yeast to it. Stir the mixture well with a whisk until the sugar and yeast will completely dissolve. That's so important, there should be no lumps. Here I have 650 grams of flour, which is the amount needed for the recipe as a whole. For the starter dough, I will add 7 tablespoons of flour from the total amount. Stir everything thoroughly until completely smooth and there are no lumps. The consistency should be like a porridge. Cover the bowl with a food wrap and put in a warm place for 35 minutes to swell a mess. The starter dough has risen well, as you can see, and now we can continue. We will need a little more milk, 150 grams to be exact. It should be also warm. Add 1 teaspoon of salt to it and mix well until it's completely dissolved. Then pour the mixture into the starter dough. You will also need 1 medium egg and then mix everything together well. Just look how airy, fluffy and well oxygenated this starter dough is. The bread will turn out 100%. Now I can finally add the rest of the flour for the final kneading. As I told you earlier, I used in total 650 grams of flour for the entire recipe. Stir a mess with a spoon until thickened and then switch on manual mode for better kneading. When the dough has formed into a ball, as the last ingredient, add 40 grams of butter. The butter should be soft at room temperature. It needs to be rubbed very well into the almost finished dough. It may take you about 7-10 minutes. Now for the main part, kneading on the table. Sprinkle a little flour on the surface, place the dough on it and begin kneading intensively. Why it is important? Kneading the dough for a long time is necessary for developing connections between all the ingredients, which makes the dough fluffy, soft and airy. The dough we've made is soft and incredibly pliable. Now we need to let it rise. Lightly grease a bowl with oil, place our future bread in it, cover the bowl with a food wrap and put in a warm place again for 40 minutes. The dough has increased in volume. You can see how fluffy it is, like a cloud. Wow! Now it's time to shape the bread. I put a dough on the table, shape it into kind of square, and with a spatula divide it into 2 equal parts. This will be our 2 loaves of a milk bread. I'll bake bread in 2 metal pans. They are 20 centimeters long, 8 centimeters wide, and 8 centimeters deep. Before placing the bread in the pans, grease the bottom and the sides of it thoroughly with the butter. How do I make the bread? It's very simple. I take one part of the dough and stretch it with my hands on both sides into a rectangular layer, as you can see in the video. Then I roll this layer and place it in a pan. Press the bread down a little to the shape with your fingers. I do the same with the second part of the dough, and we end up with 2 beautiful loaves of bread. We've disturbed our yeast dough and we need to let it rest, so I cover it with a towel and leave it for another 20 minutes. The milk bread is ready to bake. No need to grease or sprinkle anything on top. Bake it in a preheated to 190 degrees oven for 35-40 minutes. This milk bread turned out fluffy and soft, very golden brown with a crispy crust. Simply amazing. It comes out of the pan perfectly. Now it just needs to cool down and we can make sandwiches. That's all for today. More recipes every Friday. See you next time. Big hug, yours Violet.